This episode of the Young Turks is brought to you by GoToMeeting, online meetings made easy. And you can get a free 30-day trial if you go to gotomeeting.com/Turks. Britain estimates that people have lost over $100 million due to online scammers. And online scammers are getting more and more intelligent when it comes to finding a way to get you out of your money. So what they are now doing is they're stealing the identities of actual soldiers in the military, people who are deployed in Afghanistan, people who are deployed in Iraq, and they are convincing women to send money to these supposed people in the military, when in reality, they're sending money to the scammers. So I have a really great story for you guys. It's a great video that'll show you exactly how they're doing this, and it'll also show you how much money some women are losing because of these scammers. So again, Britain estimates that over $100 million have been stolen because of online scams. So we have the video ready for you guys. Let's go to that.
Sarah went online from her home in Western England looking for love. She met someone she thought was Stephen, a US soldier fighting in Iraq.
You talked to somebody that you thought was in Iraq in the middle of whatever they were doing, and he kept saying he used to go out on patrols and different things. It just seemed interesting to find out what their way of life was.
Slowly, via email and telephone, Sarah, not her real name, developed a relationship with Stephen. Then he asked for some money. Not much at first, $3,000 to send some suitcases home to Texas. But the stories got more complicated. Other people got involved.
I think I felt so guilty that I couldn't do anything more to help, and eventually I ended up going to the bank and getting a loan.
In the end, Sarah lost $400,000, much of it loaned against her house. Britain's fraud office estimates nearly $100 million is lost every year in scams like this, run by fraudsters often based in West Africa. Fraud officers say the women aren't stupid. The scammers have years of experience concocting tales of hardship that can be fixed by a wire transfer.
They're very adept at working out the profile of their victim and then what would be the levers to pull to have an impact. So they're very clever at getting under your skin really and seeing what makes you tick and working on human emotion.
Police say stolen identities of US soldiers based in Iraq and Afghanistan are the perfect cover. Photos readily available on the internet, and tales of bravery and adventure, a potent aphrodisiac. Investigators say the defrauded women are often too ashamed to come forward.
How can you tell your son and your daughter that you've lost their inheritance, the house around them which they've known all their life?
Sarah has told only a handful of people of her ordeal, which ended abruptly after 15 months.
I went to the airport to meet him and he didn't turn up, And then I realised that this Stephen never existed.
She advises women who've fallen victim of these frauds to report the crimes. But investigators say the best defense is a healthy dose of skepticism. Jessica Baldwin, Al Jazeera, London.
All right, so that woman took out $400,000 in loans to help this person that she fell in love with over the internet. So they're getting really, really good at actually building relationships with people through the internet, having women fall in love with them, and then having these women take out loans or send money. I mean, she originally took out $3,000 from her bank account and mailed it to this guy, which is incredible to me. So, we've done stories like this in the past where we've made fun of people who fall for those, emails that say that, oh, it's an email from the Prince of Nigeria who wants $1 million. Please give all your bank account information and he'll come to the United States and swoop you off your feet, right? But they are getting a lot better at finding ways to get people to fall for it. I mean, it's scary to know that you can be having a conversation with someone online and it's not unlikely that the person is lying to you. It's actually very likely that they're lying to you, but they use information that's readily available online to make you believe that you're talking to someone who's actually in the military. That's crazy.
Are you actually worried about this? I mean, of course not in your situation because you're not
right.
You're not going to end up dating somebody. But do you really think you would go for that?
No, I don't. And look, let me just say something really fast. I don't want people to think that I'm degrading the victims here. It's a terrible thing, and I feel so bad for Sarah, who took out $400,000 in loans. But with that said, you have to be smarter when it comes to the internet. The internet is used for a lot of good, but I think that it's also used for a lot of bad, okay? People use it for a way to defraud others. They use it as a way to steal identity. They use it as a way to make money and make money fast. So you got to know that the person who's on the other end of the internet, on the other screen, is probably not who you think it is.
Yeah, I see getting at least tricked easier by this if you've already known the person. Your loved one, your husband, wife went off into the military, and you've known them for years already. Then you start getting these messages from them, and someone basically just stole their whole identity. You can be fooled by that. Mm-hmm. And maybe you actually talk to me once in a while, be like, oh, how about that $10,000 that I sent you? I'm like, what? What kind of threw me off was these are people they met online. They've never met them.
I know.
And they're taking out damn near $500,000 on their house or on their life, whichever way they can. Yeah, I don't want to call the victims dumb. They're not stupid.
Right.
What's a better word?
Naive, gullible. I mean,
dude,
I know.
Just think about it. Just think for 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. The amount of time it takes you to get $400,000 out of the bank, believe me, the bank thinks about it longer than what you just did. Maybe it's because it's a nice house you took it out against. I don't know. There's that one particular story. I don't know how much other people have taken out. Maybe they went for an extreme story of this $400,000 that Sarah, was that her alias?
Sarah, yes. That
she took out. But you have, the last line was the whole thing. If you just, a nice healthy bit of skepticism helps a long way. You don't think about these things before you do anything?
No, I agree. Let me just add a little more to that. If my actual boyfriend was deployed in Afghanistan and he needed me to send him $3,000, I don't know. I'm not sure I would do it. No,
just in some damn suitcase? No, come on.
Baby, what do you need? I'm not sending you the money, but I'll send you what you need.
Yeah, they're like, these scammers have gotten very sophisticated with the way they do things. Now they're asking to send my empty suitcases back home to Dallas. What the fuck is that? I'm sorry. Yeah, they get more sophisticated, but they're not sophisticated yet. How are we still falling for this? I don't know. There's some new suitcase thing we've heard about where I heard about how suitcases cost so much. And whatever you say, stranger that I thought I knew over the internet, let's do it. I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not trying to disparage anybody, but think about it for 2 seconds, because people go so quickly to say, oh, you're paranoid. Oh, you're paranoid. Oh, you're paranoid.
No, you should be paranoid when it comes to the internet.
There's a level of paranoia you need.
People are out there to make money, and these scams are literally a dime a dozen. I mean, when you think about it. In Britain, $100 million stolen from people every single year because of online scammers. That's an incredible amount of money. So, we talked about whether or not Sarah is an extreme case. According to the figures, Sarah is probably not an extreme case. This is obviously very common, and you just got to be smarter than that. You have to be smarter than that. And as JR mentioned, we're not trying to say disparaging things about the victims, but you got to be careful because online is not the safest place on the planet, especially when it comes to finances and especially when it comes to donating money. Except donate money to charity water because that's a real cause, okay? That's a good idea.
And these days, everybody's in different offices in different cities. The one way you can all get together is GoToMeeting.com. You're all online at the same time.
Right, and it's super easy. All you need is a computer, internet connection, 2 minutes, boom, you're set up.
You can share documents. A guy puts up a document in Miami, the other one sees it in San Francisco. You can, in fact, amend it. You can do sales presentations, very convenient.
And the best part of all this is that you get a free 30-day trial by going to GoToMeeting.com/Turks.
Go.